Welcome to episode 9 of my Enshrouded Let's Play. We start by gliding straight into the area we will be placing our second home. I've chosen this area because of its high vantage point and its mountain where I'll build a tower on top of, just so I can jump off it and glide as far as my stamina will allow. We've also been blessed with this view and quite a bit of flat land to play with. For those of you who want to know where I'm building, here's the map. I placed the flame water next to the mountain face, taking in consideration the increased size of the build area when I strengthen the flame, and I believe it will reach the cliff edge in an upgrade or two. I have no idea what exactly I will build here, but what I do know is, I want to build up the mountain, I want a bridge, and as previously mentioned I want a tower on the mountain. I've always preferred the idea of building a village instead of a home, which is what I'll use the flat space for. A building for every NPC, and maybe a couple more. This small edge seems like a natural place to put stairs in. What they will lead to will come later. I'm not going to drag you through the entire building process as I change my mind a lot and I don't have a final product to show you, but you may find some interest in how a build evolves from trial and error. Where I've had very limited time building in this game, I could be missing something, but I do not like how I can't create diagonal pieces or smooth inclines with building blocks. I've no knowledge in this subject, but I assume this is a limitation with voxels being cubes. I don't utilise the building space Enshrouded gives us to play with. I find the scale of building blocks in this game to be larger than normal. A 4x4 area just doesn't cut it like it does in other games. I think understanding that and leaning into building a larger foundation for what I consider to be a small build will elevate my creations. The point of this building is to be a small entrance for the stairs that lead up the mountain. It's still too small though, so I demolish it. I participate in a couple of base building sins, building at night time and wasting materials. The amount of stone and wood I've put in the mountain and ground should be a crime. Skipping time until it's daylight because I couldn't see shit when editing, I've made a much larger area, building into the mountain because the diagonal section was just bad. To conserve materials, I break inside and go underneath my building to remove the walls that aren't needed since expanding and painstakingly finish the outer wall voxel by voxel. Going back inside to fill in the gaps I was struggling to do outside. There was one block I couldn't place, so I had to use a little brute force. Ignoring everything I said about wasting materials, I add this wall, just to put stairs in front of it. Then I add more wood to fill in the gaps, only to add more stone giving our architecture that mix of material personality we all strive for. I do a bit of gardening to fuck my shit up even more. But all in all, a nice foundation to start from and a much better than what I originally started with. We create a doorway, widen it to match the stairs, and I swear to God if I can't get a door to fit for this, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Then we add some walls, knock in some windows. The night sets in and I finish the remaining walls. We summon a carpenter who gives us a side quest to investigate the VUCA. Then I finish by giving him a roof. Back to our first home. The hunter gives us some intel on the location of animal furs, and the alchemist gives us the meaning of life and some gossip about someone abusing elixirs. The next side quest I choose to complete is retrieving the table saw for our carpenter. So back to our new home, where we test out the main reason we relocated, the gliding potential. And it's pretty good. We reach really cool looking area, Fort Kelvin. Definite candidate for renovation. We start renovations immediately by taking out the trash. After clearing out a courtyard, we come to a cave which has a golden chest inside. Opening it up, we receive our second legendary weapon, the Shepherd's Lightning. Equipping it immediately and salvaging the rare quality version. Ew. Leaving the cave, and I just love the transition from a dark area to a light area in this game. We enter a new biome, Revelwood. This is probably my least favourite biome in the game. I'm basic and I like the Springlands. I also tend to like the desert biomes too, but I haven't got that far in Enshrouded yet. Snow can be okay, and alien lands can fuck off. I do like the materials we can gather here, but the enemies are terrible. Well, mainly one. The poison flowers. and they're the worst enemies I've come across so far. It gives me a chance to use my new staff though. Yeah, I think I might need to upgrade it. Also mana please. After killing two from a distance, I try my chances up close and personal, getting hit straight away, so go all in. We reach our destination, Thornhold. Unfortunately and unsurprisingly, it's populated with enemies, so I find another way up. Meeting an old worst enemy of mine, but even worse. Some green bastard, doped up to the eyeballs with some woodland class A's. Caught off guard, I succumb to his junky ways. Back on my bullshit, I pick up my gear, using the high ground to take enemies out from the distance, but the staff just isn't doing it. I retreat, bump into the green guy again who thinks he needs a friend to defeat me. I appreciate the compliment, but I know when I've overstayed my welcome. I retreat further, jumping onto another enemy. The standard boar. A tanky bastard, but attacks slowly and predictably. I push my luck and run in again before I'm politely asked to leave. Complying, I stand outside like a drunk kicked out of a nightclub. I'm unsure why I keep using the staff. This is not the first time I've been killed because of it. I'm not making excuses, this is entirely my poor choices getting me killed. Thankfully, it's night time now, so we have the fell to worry about too. It's fine, I wasn't struggling. My sword's on the verge of breaking, so I had to revert it back to my two-handers whilst I fight my way back to my corpse, but now I think it's time to go back home. Wanting to transfer items from my first base to the other, I create two small crates, placing them as well as possible in limited light. Trying to create some sort of order in my life, I use one chest for materials and the other for ingredients. I've got footage without the HUD, so I think I was trying to cook something here, maybe the before of a before and after. But anyway, there's my humble base. Ignore the castle in the background, I will have the highest castle in Nimmervale. Here's a quick appreciation of the view. Love it. On our way back to Thornhold we find a clay mine, I think they're called, which gives us access to a new building block, the fired brick and other decorative items. Our new best friend runs towards us in an utter state of ecstasy, ecstatic about our return. We do our lengthy secret handshake. But unfortunately, he ODs and dies. For some reason I let this guy out, and now I have to kill him. Gliding here gives us new coordinates to the saw blade for some reason. I accept this knowledge because whatever, and make our way to the new destination marked on our map. Grappling our way into an enemy who's having a bad day ends it for the both of us. Returning back to the Forsaken Frontier, I gather my belongings and a byproduct of collateral damage. Now watch this, this is gonna be cool.
Oh, that kinda hurt!
Oh, time to run, go 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 go, and stop for some reason. Yeah, that was dumb. Thank God I'm close to the flame shrine. Bliss. A nice quiet afternoon cooking some meats. Now it's time to kick ass. Finally the saws. The carpenter's not going to believe what I've been through to get these. Mate, you're not going to believe what I've been through to get these. We build the table saw, line it up flush with our window. Actually perfect. We upgrade the altar, giving us a larger build area, and start working on a new area for our carpenter and blacksmith to work. Choosing to elevate the floor with a couple of steps and mirroring this to create the rest of the floor space. I do think I've made it too small though. Then decide to bang the table saw near the middle, at an angle to give it some character, or something. God knows, I'm a fraud. Next goes in the charcoal kiln and we move the table saw to a more appropriate location. For some reason I'm happy with the outcome, and start on the support pillars, before deciding to make this building even smaller. I'll be removing this building when I'm next playing, so I won't waste your time with the making of it, but here's the final product. We reach the hills of scavengers, and as I approach the cave a health bar of a boss pops up. Less cautiously than I should be, I enter the cave. Assuming the boss is in front of me, I take a stealthier approach. Okay, that's not the boss. But staying in stealth, I enter the bush and I'm seen immediately. Okay, that's the boss. She throws acid at me, I return the serve with an arrow to the explosive barrel, dealing a bit of damage. She returns some more acid, I return a fireball, she beats the shit out of me. Back to finding her healthier than ever, I describe her as thriving, living her best life. I pick up my stuff and buy Felicia my way out of there. Trying another tactic, I initiate the fight with a fireball from the top ropes and throw my bombs at her, wasting at least half of them, then chip away at her health with some arrows, and another fireball when my mana allows. Getting hit with a few lucky shots, I hide behind this pillar, which seems to have confused her, peeking when it's safe to do so, finishing her off in true heroic fashion. Killing her unlocks a recipe to upgrade my grappling hook, which is a nice surprise. I take her head as a trophy and an epic fire wand. I heard the fire wand is good, so I respec. Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, this is easy mode. I craft a wizard's hat and enhance the wand and the staff. Then try out my new build on a level 1 wolf to make me feel really powerful, killing an enemy in a distance as well. Ready for anything, I jump into the Enshrouded to chop down a shroud root, but I'm met with literally no resistance, so they must have got the memo. I enter the Ring of Rot as I need to be here for a quest, and the Eternal Ice spell is nearby. Killing a couple of enemies, including a new bounty enemy type, and then glide into a mini-boss, killing him with no issue whatsoever. And open the chest to find another legendary staff, the root staff. It's alright, I do like dot damage in games, but not this time. We cut down another shroud root and leave to get the Eternal Ice spell. After a 2-minute jog, my game decides to lag, and I end up in the time lava. Fuck my life. I'll be right back. The next hour was extremely triggering for me, and I need to speak to my therapist.